What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another Quest build. Looks like most of the rare builds in 2K21 Next Gen have been discovered so far. So now I want to turn my focus to making specific player builds. And so hopefully you guys like some of these. If they're some of your favorite players, you can model your my player off of this blueprint to play similarly to these players. And this first build I'm bringing y'all is one of my favorite players of all time. That's OJ Mayo. In my opinion, he was the best high school basketball player ever. Better than LeBron, better than whoever you want to put up against him. He was so cold in high school, and due to some different circumstances and whatnot, he didn't become the legend in the NBA that everyone anticipated him becoming. But I wanted to create him and try to make him kind of specific to what he was really like in real life, but also trying to make him playable in the game of 2K. So without further ado, let's jump into it. You're going to make him a shooting guard, and he was right-handed. And there's some discrepancy on how tall he was. I remember back in high school, sometimes he was listed as 6'6". You know how people lie, in sneakers, maybe 6'6". But then when he got to the league, he was like 6'4". But currently he's being listed as 6'5", 210 pounds, and I kept his wingspan at 6'9". He had a defined body shape. And if you see the weight, if you drop it down to 209, you get one more speed and acceleration, but let's keep this authentic. So let's go 210. With these attributes, OJ Mayo had, in 2K, the close shot attribute is, it's up for debate if it's extremely necessary or not. So we're going to go close shot 33 for him. And his driving layup is going to be a 91. And he had some crazy athleticism, but it kind of got a little bit. He didn't utilize it as much in the league once he got to the league, but he still could yam, and he had above average, close to elite athleticism, even though he was maxed out at such a young age. But we're going to put his driving dunk to an 86. And then his standing dunk to a 50. And then you're going to get your post control to a 71. That's going to give you 11 finishing badges. As you can see, he's going to get that gold back down Punisher, Giant Slayer, post spin. He's going to get gold posterizer, and then Hall of Fame fearless finisher. He's going to be able to finish amongst the trees and be able to score on the interior even without a high close shot. He's going to be able to get by defenders and finish inside. OJ Mayo could basically let it rain from anywhere on the wood. So we're going to get his mid-range to a 90 and his three ball to a 90. He was a sharpshooter through and through, one of the most prolific scorers at any age wherever he played. And then that also relates to free throw. We're going to get his free throw to a 70. That's going to give you 16 shooting badges, which will allow you to have 4 Hall of Fame if you want. And basically, he's going to be able to shoot anywhere on the court. From a playmaking standpoint, OJ could make plays. He was definitely not a slouch in this area. We're going to get his pass accuracy to a 73. You're going to get his ball handle maxed out to an 89 because he could handle the pill, play point guard if need be. At USC, he played a lot of ball-dominating guard play in the front court. And then speed with ball, he wasn't the fastest dude ever, but we're going to get that to an 80. And that's going to give you 12 playmaking badges. Again, OJ doesn't really have a weakness per se, but he doesn't have necessarily elite traits like a Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook. He was just really prolific in scoring the ball and basically making something out of nothing on any given play. So, some of these attributes, none of these attributes are bad per se, but ultimately, OJ doesn't have necessarily things that are going to just jump off the page at you outside of his scoring ability. But we're going to have no interior defense on this build, but you're going to get your perimeter D to an 84 and your stealies to an 81. And so he's going to be able to play perimeter defense and guard other guards, just like in real life. Like, he wasn't a slouch on D. People may knock his effort, which I never saw him necessarily like giving less effort on the defensive end. And you're going to get his blocks to a 63, max that out. Then you're going to get his defensive rebounds to a 65, which is going to give you that rebound chaser badge, and that puts the offensive rebs at 40, but we're going to add one more to 41. That's going to give you 8 defensive badges. You're going to be able to get chase down on this build. You're going to be able to get gold clamps, gold rebs, interceptor, pickpocket. You're not going to be a liability on defense, especially like with your speed and your perimeter defense being an 84. Speed, you're going to max out to an 87, and your acceleration is going to be an 80. His draft profile actually says that he struggled blowing by defenders potentially at the next level. And we saw in the NBA, he didn't necessarily just blow by and yam on everybody like maybe people thought he would. And so his acceleration, I think this is doing it justice. He wasn't slow by any stretch of the word, but he wasn't necessarily a burner. He had that Michael Jordan kind of, he's going to use his body a little bit more than just pure athleticism. And he was strong. You're going to get your speed or your strength to a 50, and then your vertical to a 70. Again, he kind of above average in everything. Then you're going to max the rest out on stamina, which will give you an 80. So let's look at this. You're basically going to get 47 badges, and on 2K21, I know people are hunting badges, putting basically demigod hybrids at 6'7" power forwards, but this is OJ Mayo through and through. You're going to be able to finish inside with 11 finishing, with Hall of Fame fearless finisher, a 90 midi and 93. You're going to be able to shoot all day long, get to the line, hit your free throws. With a ball handle of 89, you're going to be able to play point if need be. Pass accuracy with a 73. You're going to get gold quick first step, Hall of Fame space creator, Hall of Fame downhill if you want it. And then your speed with ball is an 80, which goes along with your acceleration and your speed, 80 and 87. And then defensively, you don't have a ton of badges, but you can play perimeter D with an 84, so your lateral quickness will be fine. Your steelies with an 81 and some badges. And then, again, you can have some rebound chaser, and so you can actually help out on the boards inside. I think this is a great build. Let's go on to the takeovers. You have finishing take. I think OJ specifically was crazy with being able to hit any shot at any time. And so you see the shot creator, the shooting, and then the defense. I'm actually going to go with pull-up precision. So you're going to be able to ISO on this build and just pull up and splash anywhere on the court. And then when he really gets cooking, we're going to go limitless range, because he turned into a really good sharpshooter from deep, like in his year in Dallas on the Mavericks. He became a dude who could stretch the floor for your squad, and that's going to give you a two-way scoring machine. Some people might think maybe not a two-way, but this actually becomes a threat on both sides of the court. And OJ, when he really set his mind to it, he'll lock up the best player on the other team. And he's more known as a scorer, but with the badge count, you're able to get that two-way name. And personally, I think this is a build that you can run with at the rec, you can run with at the park, and I think this is definitely a playable build in the mold of OJ Mayo. So we're actually going to put this build in the test builder, get some highlights to see OJ do his thing out there. You know what time it is. Quest Builds, Quest Sparrow. We're back on that grind.